Good morning, everyone. Last time we have discussed about the dialysis, and I have said dialysis is one of the best method for the purification of the colloids. But the method is quite slow, so we are going to study the next process, which is called electrodialysis, which is actually the same process as that of the dialysis, only that runs in presence of electricity. So the process is called the electrodialysis. This process is much faster than the process of dialysis, and this is the merit of the electrodialysis over the dialysis. So here we are going to study about the dialysis. When you will study that what are the principle on which the dialysis, that is the electrodialysis, is working, again the theorems are same, again the theory is same, and that theory is the theory of diffusion. So the electrodialysis is also working on the theory of diffusion as well as the electrostatic force. Here we are using the electrodes to increase the rate of reaction. So see the electrodialysis. So we are trying to draw the arrangement for the electrodialysis. It is electrodialysis. In this electrodialysis, we are taking a container having water supply H2O, and the water's exit will be from somewhere here, and we will put a porous container. In the last video, I have clearly said it is the porous container, not the semi-permeable membrane. In the case of semi-permeable membrane, the particles moves with the process of osmosis. Here it is not the process of osmosis, it is not following the principle of osmosis, it is following the principle of diffusion. So this is the water. And this container is containing colloidal particles as well as some of the electrolytic particles. That means you can see it is a impure colloid in a porous container. This is a pure liquid. If you will see, this is the arrangement, the same arrangement that was given for the dialysis. Now we will put two electrodes. One will be a positive electrode and next must be a negative electrode. Now what happens? The same process will happen, the same movement will happen according to the diffusion. The system will move from higher concentration, the electrolytes will move from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. But as the electrolytes are charged particles, they are made by the cations and anion. So these of the cations will be attracted by the anion, and anode and cathode they will be attracted by, and as a result you can say that the system will increase the rate of the process. The process of dialysis will increase, and with the increased process the time needed for the process will become lesser. So you can say this is also a process of dialysis, only the rate of process increases, so the method is also improved. So this is the improved process for the process of dialysis, improved method for the process of dialysis. Now we are seeing another method for the purification of colloid. We have already discussed one method, that is called the dialysis, and we are going to discuss the next method, that is the process of ultrafiltration. What is the term? Ultra means very fine. You can see the term is used for the very fine filtration. We are going to see the ultrafiltration. When you will see the ultrafiltration, surely filtration needs filter paper, then ultrafiltration will need ultrafilter paper, very fine filter paper. But when you will see, the number one filter papers are the finest filter paper, which are not comes in the category of the ultrafilters. So what will you do if this is the filter paper and these are the small pores within the filter paper? Surely ये पोर्स बहुत बड़े हैं और इनसे बहुत छोटे पोर्स एक फिल्टर पेपर पे होते हैं, लेकिन मैं इससे छोटे पोर्स को अगर ड्रा करूंगा तो आपको भी दिखाई पड़ना चाहिए, और मैं जो चाह रहा हूँ एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए वो मुझे एक्सप्लेन भी करना चाहिए. So I am not able to draw smaller pores than this. I am taking a container in which this filter paper is taken, and we fill this container with a liquid called collidon. What is collidon? Collidon is 4% solution of cellulose acetate in alcohol or ether. Now what happens? Due to the collidon, some of the particles will arrange on the surface of each of the pores, and when they will arrange on the surface of each of the pores, the size of the pores will become smaller. जब यहाँ पे इन पोर्स के सरफेस पे आके ये अटैच हो जाते हैं तो इन पोर्स का साइज छोटा हो जाता है, और जब इन पोर्स का साइज छोटा हो जाता है, नाउ दिस फिल्टर बिकम्स इवन फाइनर. जितना पहले से फाइन था उससे भी ज्यादा फाइन हो गया. नाउ दिस फिल्टर पेपर बिकम्स इवन मोर फाइनर. नाउ if you will filter the collide with the help of this filter paper, then this filter paper will work as a ultra filter paper, and the filtration will be called the ultra filtration. In this process, what amount of loss of liquid is taking place? The same amount of liquid must be filled from the outer source. As a result, the content, the amount of the liquid must remain same in your collide. Then this is the another method for the purification of the collide. When you will see the questions, what type of questions comes on this type, generally it is asked that what are the collidons. Then collidons are the 4% solution of the cellulose acetate in alcohol or ether. That is called the collidon, that is used to convert the general filter paper in the form of the ultra filter paper. Now we have studied about the preparation of colloids, we have studied that what are the colloids, as well as we have studied about the filtration or the purification of the colloid. Now we are going to discuss some of the properties of the colloids. When you will see in your book what are the properties we will have to study, then the first property is written, the colligative properties. What are the colligative properties? In solution chapter we have already studied. The colligative properties are those of the properties which depends upon number of particles, not on the nature of particle. And these of the properties are generally elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure, etc. So these are the properties we have already studied in a chapter called solution. So there is no need to go with these of the topics again. So what are the another topics other than the colligative properties which we are going to study? The first topic is the Brownian motion. I think all of you have already studied about the Brownian motion. What is the Brownian motion? And you have also studied that this motion was introduced by Mr. Robert Brown, the discoverer of the cell nucleus. Actually, the Brown was just watching with the help of his own microscope water along with that of the pollen grains of the hibiscus. Hibiscus is a flower, red flower, in which the stigma remains outside the flower. He takes the flower and put some of their pollen grains in water and started watching this water surface. He find that all these of the pollen grains were roaming here and there with random motion. And what type of random motion was there? The particle was moving somewhere here at a time that turns here, again here, here, here and here. Such type of motion where the sharp turning is taking place. You can see here the sharp turn. The sharp turning is taking place is called a zigzag motion. Then why this zigzag motion is taking place? Actually, all these of the particles are moving. All the particles of the colloid as well as the liquid is moving. And when they are moving, what happening? This particle is moving somewhere here and this one is hitting from this position. What will happen? This one will start moving in this way. And that particle is moving in this way, in here, it will start hitting from here and particle will change their direction. So, regular collision of the molecules are providing the regular change in the direction. And because of the regular change in the direction, such motions appears. This motion was called Brownian motion on the name of its discoverer, Brownian motion. And I think all what I have teached you knew well. In the previous classes you have already studied about this topic. The question comes, how will you explain the stability of an equaloid on the basis of the Brownian motion? When we talk about the stability, then we say the stability of an equaloid is due to the randomness of the particles, because of the regular motion, random motion of the particles. So here Brownian motion is suggesting that all the colloidal particles are in random motion. All the liquid particles are actually in random motion, and if they are in random motion, that random motion is actually the factor, the responsible factor which is suggesting that colloids are stable. अगर मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल दूं, किस तरह से मोमेंटम चीज़ों को, किस तरह से वेलोसिटी चीज़ों को स्टेबलाइज करके रखती है. इफ यू आर टेकिंग अ कंटेनर tied with a rope, thin rope or the thread you can say. अब आप इसे यूं ऐसे घुमाइए. When it is filled with the liquid till top, till neck, when it will be straight, there will be no any loss of water. But when it will reach here, when this compound in this way, when it will reach here, all the water will pour. Or when it is reaching somewhere here, all the water must fall down. But you know, if the random motion, if the system is in motion and that reaches at even at this point, you will find there's no fall of the water is taking place. Same you can see in the case of the death कूप, मौत का कुआं, उसमें आप देख सकते हैं the bikers rotate and there's no any proper base for the biker, even though that remains on the same position. Why? Because of the motion, because of the randomness. Similarly, these of the randomness is the factors which actually explains about the stability of the colloid, which is actually the factor which is responsible for the stability of the colloid. I think it's clear to all of you. The next thing, the next property which was shown by the colloidal, that is called Tyndall effect. When a light beam passes through a colloidal solution or the suspension. Generally we never talk about the suspension because the suspension particles get suspended, so there's no possible. Only in the case when they are floating in the liquid we can discuss. So we are only going to discuss about the colloids. We are also not discussing about the solution, because when you will see the solution, the solute particles are too small to scatter the light, that much amount of light which can be recognized by our eyes. So see, if this is the colloidal solution and the light beam is approaching towards it, a cone like structure will appear because of the change in density of the atmosphere, and you will find that some of the particles are moving here and there, or you can say some of the particles starts glowing in this zone. You may see this condition when light is coming from your ventilator and dusting is taking place. आपके क्लास में भी कभी कभार टीचर अपने डस्टर को हिट कर देता है तो उसमें से जो chalk particles निकलता है, if the light beam is coming, you can see that those of the chalk particles are just changing their direction, or they are showing Brownian motion like motion. Then again this Tyndall effect is suggesting the same, whatever the Brownian motion was suggesting. The Tyndall motion is also suggesting that all the colloidal particles are in random motion, and that random motion is actually the major factor which stabilizes the colloid. That is the actual only factor which can explain the stability of the colloid. Then these were the factors which were explaining the stability of colloid. The next topic we will study in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.